Hello, we are here doing a quick recap of Aaron's solo game. Now, recent events conspire that Aaron, on one planet, is currently being attacked by one very pissed off xenomorph mother. That'll be a very interesting battle. Now, Aaron has decided to attack the mother. Now, there are multiple mothers, total of 5. 3 that are well known, and 5 in total. So he's going to be joining the fleet in a offensive assault against the mother unit. So that'll be an interesting combat situation. Now his chances of survival are relatively high as long as he is not directly attacked by the unit. It is a 2-hit kill. So that'll be interesting. Now, on a much more global scale, are the events occurring in the South American territory, which is here, which is currently being occupied by the Zerg. Now, the Zerg are moving towards South Africa. Well, it's just Africa now, if you think about it, but the southern portion of Africa. Now, this territory is primarily held by creatures known as the Lost. Now, the Lost without any homes have begun spreading out to all sections of space. So that will be now that increases their chances of appearing on all sides. So they are, in fact, their own minor faction. So that'll be very interesting for Aaron. If he runs into these guys, it is not necessarily good, not necessarily bad, but they are right now they are in a situation where they used to be stationary. They used to be in a one situation and never had to combat or fight in their race. They, for the most part, weren't peaceful, but they were non-aggressive. Non-aggressive. Not peaceful either. So that they will spread to all sections of space, including the UK, which will be very interesting for those in the UK because they resemble the they resemble the Silence. And their weird little tuxedos. Which, actually, now that I look at it, it just reminds me of Slender Man. Okay, jokes aside. Okay, other than the effects of this war, which is currently spreading to the Lost, it is Crane. Now, he has occupied the Asian territory for the last couple of months. But after hearing news that his granddaughter, Sarah, has gone missing in the U.S. territory, he is planning a full-scale assault. Now, his primary ship, we're going to call it the Whaler, and 3 others, planetary-scale combat ships, are all moving to hold ground. 1 will be here, and 2 are heading in, while Crane's ships leads the assault against the 2. Now, if you remember, it is Whitebeard who currently has Sarah, but Blackbeard is the primary aggressor in this situation, as he's the more offensive, more attack-oriented. Now, the 2 here are not exactly friends. They are also in combat. So Whitebeard's plans currently involves for getting Crane and Blackbeard to fight. And he either will give the girl back for control of the U.S. territory or toss her. He has no other plans. It's either get what he wants, and if he doesn't believe he can, he will dispose of the girl. Now that's rather unfortunate for her and unfortunate for players, because they will not have an option to prevent this, because Whitebeard will primarily be secluding himself. Now, unless they pull a 1 in 1,000 chance of finding him, which is very unlikely. Let's see, 1 in 1,000. chance to find Whitebeard and to retrieve Sarah. And get Sarah back. Now, that is literally the only thing that's going to prevent this war. Death toll is going to be in the millions. Now, the poor planetary police have moved to the UK, which leaves this area unoccupied. What does that mean? It means that the five primary planets, which has for the longest time controlled the entire universe individually, one section each, is currently unoccupied, which means there's plenty of loot, plenty of stuff to grab, and all it takes is the crew to get there before it all goes missing. So it means that the UK, it's the Beverly Hills of the entire universe right now. You got heavy security, you got people who are very aggressive all the time, and they're all extremely wealthy. So the core planetary police are going to hold ground here, which is a little odd, but that's because they are unaware of the Zerg moving in from this section. Now you hear temporary reports, and the core planetary police are moving into block, but it's going to be determined, and we'll find out how that works out later. So there you go. If you're a fan, or if you're curious of what I do and how I plan out these events, this is relatively how I go. And every week, one event or another tends to occur. Doesn't always mean it's a bad thing. I believe last time Aaron found out that there was an entire slaver system that he just annihilated by freeing one slave, which taught the other ones to be free, and he annihilated its captors and killed roughly 1,000 people. Aaron's still worried about that. That'll be interesting. Now, for those of you who are primarily concerned about Catherine's appearance, as she was in fact here, she will in fact be, she was found randomly in space. So, chances of being found, chances of being caught. Okay. So, nothing so far. Anything about her has disappeared. She's not dead, which I can inform you now, because Aaron might be watching this, and no, she's not dead. So it means she's missing. She's somewhere within this territory, which means that if she is found, especially in a war zone, you're looking at a situation where she can definitely get to power, which is something Aaron's going to want to prevent. So there you go, guys. If anyone's watching, thank you. If not, this will be up on the VOD. Primarily is for the players to watch should they want a quick recap of the events and what the world news is currently on about the universe. So if you liked it, give our show a shot. I'll post a link into Twitch as part of the description at some point. Hopefully it'll be up before the next episode, which might be tomorrow. I have no guarantee of that since the players are currently unaware. Aaron, if you're watching this, give me a ring, man. I'm waiting. Until then, it's been very entertaining and very fun, but this is me saying goodbye.